Hafidei and Mananasi Zu'us. It's so good to see so many of you here this morning. It's really wonderful. And I'm very honored to do this for each and every one of you that's here and each and every one that's out in the field making our community a safer place. And also on behalf of the family of my brother-in-law, the late defunto Colonel Ken Regis. So in that regard, we're just so pleased that you can be here to present resolution number 112-35LS, relative to recognizing the observance of Peace Officers Memorial Day on May 15th, 2019 in Guam, to commemorate our island's brave men and women who lost their lives in the line of duty. And just as a small note, we've introduced a bill to make this a permanent part of our days of commemoration at the local level, but we're also going to be finishing up a bill so that we can be encouraging the nation to do the same thing through our congressmen, so that instead of it being something that we all pull together and do based on tradition, that we actually get it put into our official records of commemoration, and every year, we make sure to have it there, because what you do for all of us and the sacrifices that you and your family make is just too important not to have officially part of our calendar. So I'd like to acknowledge the senators who are here. We have the Speaker, Tina Munya Barnes, so we're very honored to have her presence with us. We have Senator Pito Turlahi, a former police officer himself. We have Senator Amanda Shelton and Senator James Moylan. So Siduas Maasi, each of you for making it here today as well. We are commemorating and honoring our island's brave women and men who lost their lives in the line of duty. We are all indebted to these courageous officers and grateful for their sacrifice and honorable service in laying down their lives to protect us and to keep our community from harm. So with the resolution, we'll go ahead and read through it, and then we'll be giving copies to the many divisions that are part of keeping our community safe. Resolution number 112-35LS, introduced by myself and Senator Pito Turlahi. Relative to recognizing and observing May 15th, 2019 as Peace Officers Memorial Day in Guam, in honor of our island's brave men and women who lost their lives in the line of duty. Be it resolved by y Minatrenta na Legislatura en Guahan, on October 1st, 1962, U.S. President John F. Kennedy signed Public Law 87-726, which authorized the President to proclaim May 15th of each year as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which it falls as Police Week. And Police Officers Memorial Day honors local, state, and federal officers and communities throughout the nation who made the ultimate sacrifice and were killed or wounded in the line of duty while serving for the safety and protection of others. Peace officers serve and protect the people of Guam each day with their relentless valor and devotion. Therefore, we proudly honor and salute all peace officers who selflessly serve our island. On this particular day, our community is reminded of the continuing need to be vigilant against all forms of crime, most especially acts of hate and violence, which have plagued every part of the world. And the following individuals have served honorably as peace officers and have given their lives for the safety of us all. Conservation Officer Francisco M. Isizaki, Patrolman Francisco D. Taitagui, Patrolman Juan M. Santos, Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent Larry D. Wallace, Police Officer I, Francisco A. Regis, 1. Police Officer 3, Thomas M. Sablon. Civilian Volunteer Police Reserve, Helen K. Lizama. Civilian Volunteer Police Reserve, Rudy C. Iglesias. Police Officer 1, Raymond S. Sanchez. Police Officer 1, Manuel A. Aquino. Police Lieutenant Francisco C. Toves. Corrections Officer 1, Douglas W. Mashburn. Police Officer 1, Eddie A. Santos. United States Air Force Airman Lori Lucas. United States Air Force Sergeant Stacy E. LeVay. Police Sergeant 1, Frankie E. Smith. And Police Sergeant 1, Siegfried D.R. Mortera. And the family members of the fallen peace officers, which includes the spouses, children, and parents, are hereby also recognized and appreciated for the unconditional support they had provided to their loved ones while they were dedicating their lives for the public safety in their honorable service with the law enforcement community and protecting the island of Guam and its people. Now, therefore, be it resolved that E. Minatrentai na legislatura en Guahan does hereby, on behalf of the people of Guam, recognize all peace officers for their dedicated service in the interest of public safety, and does further commend that during the observance of Peace Officers Memorial Day on May 15, 2019 in Guam, in honor of our island's brave women and men who lost their lives in the line of duty, and be it further resolved that E. Minatrentai na legislatura en Guahan does hereby, on behalf of the people of Guam, honor the women and men who gave their lives in the line of duty by presenting E. Legislatura's flags at half-staff. And be it further resolved that the Speaker certify and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that a copy of the same be hereafter transmitted to the Honorable E. Magahagan Guahan Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero. Duly and regularly adopted by E. Minatrentai na legislatura en Guahan on the 29th day of April 2019. I'm not sure that date is correct. So, yeah, I think that should be May 15th, but we'll check that date. But I would like to call the different divisions who are part of keeping us all safe and being vigilant out there. So please come up, the chiefs and directors, along with your officers. It may get crowded here, but that's the best kind of crowd it is to be here all together. If I can have the Guam Police Department, and we want to do a small shout out that it's the birthday of the chief today, so happy birthday, Chief. The Guam Airport Police and Aircraft Rescue and Firefighting Units, the Guam Port Authority Police, the parole officers and correction officers of the Department of Corrections, the Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency, the Department of Youth Affairs, the conservation officers of the Division of Aquatic and Wildlife Resources of the Department of Agriculture, the Guam Park Patrol officers of the Department of Parks and Recreation, the Attorney General's Office, the marshals and probation officers of the Judiciary of Guam, and the Guam Fire Department. Sorry? Okay. There may be I think we've covered everybody. Did I cover the Port Authority? Yeah. So if you could please come forward, and then if we need to add more, we can do that once we all get up here and we start handing out the resolutions. But can the different units please go ahead and come forward? Yeah.
So you don't miss anyone again. Just say, do we have a representative from Albany? Come on up. We'll move up and we'll give them.
So, yeah. Do we have all the chiefs and Maulik?
Make a double up.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off by providing a resolution to the Guam Police Department. And then we have the Guam Airport Police and Aircraft Rescue and Firefighting Units. Okay. We have the Guam Port Authority Police. Balik. The parole officers and correction officers of the Department of Corrections. The Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency. The Department of Youth Affairs. The conservation officers of the Division of Aquatic and Wildlife Resources of the Department of Agriculture. The Guam Park Patrol officers of Department of Parks and Recreation. The Attorney General's Office. Malik. The Marshals and Probation Officers of the Judiciary of Guam. The Guam Fire Department. Yes.
Thank you, my brother.
Is that all the units? We want to make sure to recognize them all. We worked at being as thorough as we could, so. So on behalf of us all, Sidzuas Maasi, for, again, all of the sacrifices, all of the daily work that you do for the benefit of us all. And we just give our sincerest thanks to everyone that is here today and everybody that's out in the field. So if we could give them some recognition and just a round of applause.
Yeah, do we do Superior Court of Guam Marshals? Yes. Superior Court of Guam Marshals. Yes.
Okay, we definitely want to make sure.
The most Saina, Mrs. Aquino is here. She's our most Sidzuas Maasi, Senator, again, on behalf of the 35th Guam Legislature, we want to thank you for all that you do to keep us safe. And more importantly, as we celebrate the Chief's birthday today, I also want to recognition to one of our most Saina in the room. And each time we recognize our Saina as we celebrate 75 years of freedom, Mrs. Aquino, Yora, Manana Sidzuas, Undunklo na Sidzuas Maasi, for being here for your son. And as I see all the family members of those who've fallen, I just want to say, Undunklo na Sidzuas Maasi, we will never forget the hard work that they've done. So again, thank you for sharing and blessing us with your presence this morning. Sidzuas on binidisi hamzu todos, ha? Thank you.
So if we could take a group photo, maybe with the directors and chiefs that are here, and then with everybody.
If you can help me take some chairs.
Sorry about hitting you on the back of the head. Again. Again, Sejus Maasi for everyone. Have a wonderful day.